There's a lot of questions that might be around your process, like how do you attack things, solving a work problem, interacting with another team member, understanding a customer situation, whatever it is. You'll get questions asked around what is your processes, and that could be a thought process, it could be an action process, steps that you take, either way. So before the interview, really think back on what works well for you, what works well from maybe a time management standpoint, a process standpoint, so you can put those into words for your interview. Because really what the interviewer is looking for here is that you have a way of attacking problems and that you have a systematic way of doing it, and not just like, oh, if something comes up, I just kind of react. They want to see more of a proactive approach. So the more you can describe that and then give some detail around it, the better. Here's one way that you could attack this type of question. Well, one thing that I do whenever there's let's say a work challenge or a problem or whatever it is, or a task I'm assigned with, is I take a step back just for a moment and I really look at what is the issue here and understanding the root causes of the issue. I think that's so important because if you don't really understand the issue well, and that might come from just doing more research, asking questions, interacting with others, whatever it might be, but I need to understand what the challenge is before I can then go out and solve that challenge. So one thing that I do is I look at what the root cause is, and then come up with alternatives and then start moving forward on whatever is the best alternative. And sometimes that involves team members too as well. So a quick example of that might be, I remember in the past where there was this issue with customer service at the hotel that I was working at. So instead of saying, oh, it's housekeeping's fault and just run after that, it was like, no, let me see what's the issue going on. What is the root cause? What are some of the numbers that we can look at and see the measurables? Actually, housekeeping was doing well. We need to improve in our valet service and some of our other services. And so then we brought the team together and really looked at that as far as how could we improve on that. So if I had just jumped to the conclusion and blamed housekeeping, I would not even have solved the right problem. So a big part of my process is looking at the root cause, then taking steps after I feel comfortable, though quickly, to move forward. Okay, so there was an example of some process just kind of off the top of my head. Think about your own processes. It's always good to talk about things of like understanding root causes, understanding the problems. Sometimes you don't want to get caught up like I'm slow moving. You don't want to be that here like that, but you want to be like I move quickly, but I also don't jump to conclusions either. I really have a process behind it. So really think about personally in your own world, what are some of the processes that have worked well for you? And particularly if you have a couple good stories that you could link to this, you can use this for this question or other questions as well.